Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Today we have podcast 209. 5 questions sent in by real estate investors who had a question. I'm going to try my best to answer it. And remember, if you have a question, send it to support@michaelquarles.com. One more time, support@michaelquarles.com. Question number 1. What is the best marketing I can do on a limited budget? Boy, that's absolutely working your center of influence. All those folks that you know and all those folks that you will come to know. So every time you meet someone, include them into your list of center of influence people. What I like doing is go to your cell phone, everybody that lives in the market that you're marketing to, put all those people on an index card, some name and phone number, and then outside of the people on your phone, put everybody that you know but may not know their phone number. So your banker and the teller or the grocer, the waiter or the waitress that you frequent when you go to a restaurant of your choice kind of stuff. Put those people on those cards too. Of course, they'll just have their name and where they work. Divide 22 into the number of cards you have, and every day contact whatever that answer is. So if I have 88 cards and 22 into 88 is 4. So every day I'm going to pull out 4 cards and I'm going to make contact with some of these folks. Now some of these folks are going to be friends because they're in my cell phone, acquaintances, relatives, those kinds of people. Some of them I'll just be casual acquaintances. Those are going to be the people where I shop and eat and that kind of stuff. So if on one of the days, one of the people are people that you don't have their phone number to, just go and say hello. Introduce yourself as a real estate investor and start working your center of influence. I know in the last 12 months, a couple of my coaching students actually bought houses from their center of influence. So I absolutely know it's possible. And it's not that we're going to be buying houses from them. So it's not like you're going to buy a house from your best friend at 60 cents on the dollar. But you're going to be buying houses from their people that they know, that you don't know, the people that they work with, that kind of thing. So make contact and do this on a monthly basis. So every month you're going to call them and remind them that you are a real estate investor and fall forward. Great question, though. Question number 2. Can you please talk more about the text platform you're implementing? Are you using a specific texting service? I use easy texting. And the reason I like easy texting is because the short code is 313131. And so it's easy to remember. And in the world of short codes and that kind of stuff, if you want to own your own short code to rent, because they don't sell them to you, they rent them to you. A random short code rents for $500 a month, and a vanity short code rents for $1,000 a month. And then you have to hire someone to create the platform or use a whiteboard basically from someone that has a platform. So I looked at easy texting and they have the short code that I want. Sure, certainly some of the keywords were taken already. Keywords like cash or money or house or home, those kinds of things. But I have 4 or 5 short code words with them. So as an example, you can text investor to 313131. You can text the word wealth to 313131. Other words that are available that I use, I'd rather not say them so you don't text them, but those 2 you can absolutely text and you'll see the responses coming back to you. I like texting. On our advertising, all of our postcards that go out have a name to text, and we so far this year, or the last 12 months I should say, we've received almost 1,300 text responses of people that text in that name and subsequently got into our CRM system for the follow-up and follow-through. I like the drip part of the text platform, so you can set it up that You send periodic messages back to the person that texts in. So you can set it up on a monthly basis. I think anything sooner than a monthly basis will agitate folks. Keep in mind that if they're a seller and you're using it that way, you're texting them, you're calling them, 4 times over the next 3 months. You've probably gotten their email database, so you're sending them 29 pieces of email over 59 days. So you're touching them a lot. So don't touch them too much with your text platform. The other thing I like about the text platform is that you can get instant results, meaning it will tell you who's texting. So there's no waiting. It'll come right onto your cell phone and say, hey, this phone number called or text. And, the first thing you send back is, can you send me the address so I can make you a cash offer? And they reply with the address. It's kind of cool. And now you have their cell phone number because they're using a cell to text with. And the communication starts pretty instantly. It's just another way in the world of communication. And it's a good way. If you look around, at a restaurant or something where everybody's on their cell phone, they're either on Facebook or texting or whatever. So people are becoming very, very comfortable using their cell phone for more than just that verbal communication. And for the little bit of price that it is, I think it's $25 for a keyword and $49 a month for the minimum account. And they charge you, I think it is 2 cents every time you send out a text, but you'd have to check with them. I don't hold me to that. But it's good enough for what I want to do, what I want to accomplish. So great question. Question number 3, are you including a statement on all your mail pieces giving prospects the option to text I buy houses to 313131? You can text I buy houses to 313131, but that was actually for as a sample for those of you that listened to the interview on the Bruce Norris show that we did. And again, I'm thinking that everybody should follow this direction. And so I have the keyword I buy houses, but I don't use it. I was just using it as a sample. So you can kind of see how it works, but you can also see how it works if you use the word investor or the word wealth. I also have, speaking of texting, I have my text service and a app service that I use on Facebook, which is kind of cool. So I have an ad that, picture kind of thing. You click on the picture and it goes right straight to what appears to be an app that's really not an app, but it's really cell phone friendly. So it appears to be an app. So with that, now we can have those folks that are on the Facebook kind of thing have some instant communication if they haven't, in fact, want to sell their house. So it's just one of those little added things. The type form that I put together, I think it was $350 for the year, and it works pretty good. I have several type forms that I'm using for various parts of what do I do. And again, I like the fact that it appears to be an app, but you don't have to download it. So it's absolutely a website, but they've created it in a fashion of working on the small devices, so it works really well.
Thanks for listening. We'll be right back. Are you running out of leads? It's time you tried Yellow Letters at yellowletters.com. Get motivated seller leads through Yellow Letters, postcards, zip letters, typed professional letters, greeting cards, door hangers, and business cards. Yellow Letters is a full-service marketing company created with your success in mind. Get the personal attention you need to get your direct mail campaign started and get in touch at yellowletters.com.
And we are back in 3, 2, 1.
Question number 4. What are the steps I need to take to start wholesaling? My coaching program, probably. I would say that. It's only $247 a month for 6 months. There's 3 classes a week. One's on Q&A, one's on deal analysis and how to put deals together, and one's on a topic. And the topics vary from, answering the phone to marketing to determining value, repair value, how to sell it, sub-2, seller financing, those kinds of things. So it's pretty intense. So that's what I would do. I would absolutely get into the coaching program for the price point. Or you can save like $300 or $400 by doing a one-time payment of $11.97. So for less than $1,200 for 6 months worth of coaching, not a bad thing. And then we also meet once a month to kind of hold you accountable, make sure that you're doing the right things. And a lot of resource there. So that's what I would do. Question number 5. What are the qualifications one needs to be selected for your coaching program? And what would be a realistic monthly budget for them to start your program? Monthly budget. I'm thinking that may be marketing. You don't need any marketing. If you don't have the marketing budget, then we're gonna discuss and work on a lot of sweat marketing. So once you start doing deals via sweat marketing, we can turn that into paid marketing. If you have $1,000 a month to spend on marketing, okay. If you have $2,000, okay, but we're not going to spend more than that in the beginning. But you don't need any. In fact, sometimes it's good to learn how to do it both ways, and having forced yourself to learn it in the beginning as a sweat marketing concept, then you'll know it, because that's the only way you have to do it right now. And there's all kinds of things, and I'm not going to ask you to do that's anything that's unethical or immoral, illegal, and anything that I haven't done myself. So I absolutely will raise my hand and say everything I teach I've done. So it's not that hard. So you don't really need that monthly budget for that. Now, if the monthly budget talked about time, then it's as much time as you can put into it. But the reality is it's going to take more time in the beginning to learn the thing you don't know. But once you learn it, there's not a lot of time to this business. And, I think that we could create being busy, and that's all we're doing is just creating busy work. But because once we have it down and, we have a system for answering the phone, following up, following through, the component of this, then we're fine. The components of this business are lead generation, lead capture, lead fulfillment. And, most people will be happy if they made an extra $300,000 a year. Although, we've got a couple coaching students that's knocking out of the park and doing very, 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 very well. The average, a house a month kind of stuff. So not a bad thing. But again, going back to your monthly budget, if your monthly budget's advertising, we don't need any. We're just going to learn to do it the hard way, which is fine. I'm not arguing that, and I'm not saying that that's not possible, that utilizing that method, isn't impossible to buy a house, because it is. So through sweat marketing, myself, 1 year I got 119 contracts, so I know it can be done. And but I'm just type A personality. I'm just when tell me I can't do something, I'm going to prove you wrong. And so I'm just bullheaded about when I decide to set a goal or set a plan. And that's the beautiful thing about the coaching program, is we talk about that a lot. And I appreciate the opportunity to say hello and answer you guys' questions. Remember, if you want to be held accountable, text the word wealth to 313131. It's going to send you a daily text with a link for a form that you can fill out that basically says, what do you want to accomplish today? What did you accomplish? What do you want to accomplish tomorrow? And as you do that, it'll start giving you, and you're going to get a copy of this thing. It'll start telling you, are you setting too unrealistic goals for yourself? Are you getting things done? Is there anything that you need from me, which is an important part? Because if I can jump in and help you, I want to be able to do that. Or if you have a question, I want to be able to answer it for you. So it's a great way for you to be held accountable to yourself. And at the same time, a great way for you to ask me if if you have a question or concern about something, an easy way to touch me. But it's all about holding yourself accountable. So remember that it's wealth 2 313131, and we'll go from there. Until next time, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.